Our second speaker today is Sophie Turner, who will present a speech on behalf of the LLM class. For those of you who are not familiar with the LLM program, which is clearly not the people sitting up front here, it is a one-year Master's of Law degree designed for students who already have earned their JD or equivalent international law degree. At UCLA, many of our LLM students hail from countries outside the US and are seeking to add American law to their practice. Our LLM program here has grown substantially in recent years, both in numbers and in prestige. Now, Sophie earned her law degree in Australia and came to UCLA to earn her master's, specializing in entertainment, media, and intellectual property law. Sophie has taken a somewhat unconventional and very interesting journey through the legal profession thus far. A few months into her first year of studies, she was tapped to compete in a reality television show that led to a modeling contract with the Ford Modeling Agency in New York. Over the next several years, she juggled her legal studies and a highly successful modeling career. Her LLM degree will enable her to intersect her years of experience in the entertainment industry with her passion and dedication to law. Sophie also served as the class representative for the LLM class this year. She has done a tremendous job representing her class, organizing numerous school and social events, and successfully recruiting the most donations to the class gift. Sophie is a kind, vivacious, and committed young woman who is constantly on the move, juggling many responsibilities and always striving for success. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce Sophie Turner.
Well, thank you, Andrew, for that most generous introduction. Well, guys, here we are. What an amazing accomplishment. As we Australians say, that's bloody awesome, mates! In just being here, we owe so much to our faculty, now resplendent in their wildly different caps and gowns. On the contrary, we graduates look a bit more mundane and very much alike in our black and purple robes and our silly black mortarboards. But I've come to learn that beneath our uniformed robes are a host of incredible and in many ways very differing classmates. Classmates of all hues and colors. Classmates of all religions and cultures. And classmates who I've found to be incredibly bright and who have shared with me their amazing talent and wisdom. And at times I am awestruck when I think of the fact that many of you are competing and besting me in what is your second language. As LLM class representative of the largest and most diverse LLM class to date, I can vouch that UCLA attracts a wide variety of people from all over the world. And I've quickly learned that those of you with backgrounds the least like mine have become my most loved and trusted friends and my ever-ready go-to advisors. Now, after graduation, many students sitting here today will join large, powerful corporations, studios perhaps, and law firms, great and small. And in time, some of you, and I hope very, very few of you, will become a voice for legal aggression and exploitation, ignoring any moral imperatives or social obligation. Some of you, most I hope, will become a voice for caring and responsible application of the law, militating for a generous share of resources for those in need. And some of you, the best of you, through the magic of self-sustained love for our fellow man and woman, will become an increasing force of honor, justice, and caring in your future organization and in your future society. President John F. Kennedy once said, "To whom much is given, much is expected." With this graduation, our class, the UCLA class of 2012, has sought, earned, and received a massive advantage in life. And with this gift comes an equally massive expectation. First, the expectation that we will use that learning for right and not for wrong. Second, that we will use that learning not just for our own selfish wants and objectives, but to come to the aid of those who have not been as advantaged as we have been. And finally, that our passage in life will leave the world a fairer place for our having had been here. If I have learned anything from my time here at UCLA, I have learned to read between the lines and, like each of you, be comfortable in that shadowy land between obvious right and obvious wrong, to care beyond my own day and time of my own self, to be grateful for every nugget of knowledge that I have learned, not only from the distinguished professors festooned in the academic finery, but also from those of you who share my robe and my pride in being one of the class of 2012. To know that change will come to our world faster and faster and faster as we add to our years. And now to pledge to you that I will keep myself apace with that change so that I may be a positive influence in those people, factors, and fortunes over which I will have influence. We have graduated from a great law school, and our diplomas signify that we are people of extraordinary merit with enormous opportunities. My young friends, these opportunities will lead each and every one of us to be specially called upon by life, to live it decently and selflessly, to care for others, especially those less fortunate, and to take advantage of our blessings, such as the diplomas that we have just earned, and to use our knowledge wisely, to do the most good that we can for the most people for the rest of our lives. That, my colleagues, is leadership. And without question, the innate combination of understanding, knowledge, and leadership is the quintessential combination that leads to great lives and even greater achievements. Nelson Mandela told us, education is the most powerful weapon with which you can use to change the world. By that measure, this institution and these wonderful men and women over here have given us one mighty arsenal. Let us here pledge today that we will use that arsenal of knowledge not only for the betterment of our own lives, but also for the betterment of our fellow travelers and society. Congratulations. I wish you all well.